Sparks of defiance, the stars stretched endlessly across the dark sky. A glittering canvas of silent power, yet on the capital planet of the Galactic Council. Tension crackled like lightning. The council chamber was enormous, filled with representatives of countless alien species, each more powerful than the last. Yet even their combined authority could not command one species, humans. A tall, armored alien with green scales banged his claw on the council table. We have warned them 1,000 times. Yet they refuse to submit. They mock our power. A voice like grinding metal replied from the opposite side, "Do not underestimate them. General Krell, they are weaker in numbers, weaker in technology. Yet their defiance grows stronger with every warning." Murmurs spread across the chamber. Some doubtful, some fearful. None had ever seen such resistance in the history of the galaxy. Far away on a small blue and green planet called Earth, humanity went about its ordinary life, unaware of the Council's panic, yet in secret. Humans had been preparing for this moment for decades. Every scientist, every engineer, every soldier had worked quietly, building technologies and strategies that even the most advanced alien minds could not predict. The Council's decision was clear: crush humanity before their defiance became a threat to the entire galaxy. Fleets of massive warships were dispatched, shimmering like silver blades across the black void. The Council expected an easy victory, an example to all who dared resist. But when the first fleet reached Earth's orbit, nothing went as planned. Human defense systems activated with precision the Council had never seen. Invisible energy shields appeared around cities. Lasers redirected themselves to intercept missiles, and strange, silent drones disabled the Council's war machines before they could strike. The aliens were stunned. "Impossible!" cried Admiral Tarek, his 6 eyes wide. "No race should have this technology. They are only humans." On Earth, humans watched the approaching fleets from underground command centers and hidden satellites. Calm, calculated, ready. "They think fear will bend us," said Commander Elena, her eyes scanning the star maps. "They do not know that we are united. They do not know that our spirit cannot be broken." Back at the Council, debates turned into arguments. "We must use force. We must destroy them," shouted one alien, his voice echoing like thunder. "No, every attack fails, every plan collapses. Perhaps we should negotiate?" Another suggested, fear creeping into their tone. The council chamber descended into chaos. A sight that had never been seen before in galactic history. Powerful leaders shouted over each other, their ancient wisdom crumbling in the face of human defiance. They could not understand how a small, seemingly weak species could resist their might. Meanwhile, humans launched a counterstrike, not with brute force but with clever tactics. Energy pulses disabled council sensors, decoy ships lured fleets into empty space. And every alien attack seemed to meet with an equal human counter. It was as if the humans had anticipated every move before it was made. In the shadows of the council, whispers began. Perhaps they are different. Perhaps the species is not like the others, perhaps. We are not invincible. The thought spread quietly but dangerously, undermining centuries of confidence and authority. Back on Earth, Commander Elena looked at her team. A mixture of scientists, soldiers, and pilots. This is only the beginning. We show them that humanity cannot be controlled. We show them that our courage is our weapon. Her words inspired a resolve stronger than any shield, stronger than any laser. As the battle continued, the council realized something even more terrifying. Every attempt to attack humans failed. Not by chance, not by luck, but by the humans' cleverness, their unity and their refusal to bow. Even the most feared generals could not understand how one species, so small, could outwit them. Suddenly, an explosion lit up space near the Council's flagship. A human stealth craft had penetrated their defenses and disabled their main weapon systems. Panic spread through the Council fleets. Ships collided in confusion, alarms screamed across space. The humans had struck again, and no one could predict where next. The Council members stared at the destruction on their screens. Disbelief written on every face. How can this be happening? One whispered. The answer was simple but dangerous. Humanity would not bow. Humanity would not break. Humanity would fight, no matter the cost. And in the quiet of their hidden command centers, humans prepared for the next challenge, aware that the galaxy was watching, aware that their defiance had started a chain of events that could change everything. But they did not fear, for they had one advantage no alien force could ever take: their will, their unity, and their unbroken spirit. The Council had hoped for obedience, but all they found was chaos. Chaos that would only grow as humanity's spark of defiance became a blazing fire across the stars. The Council struggles. The Galactic Council had never faced such humiliation, their fleets scattered, their strategies failing at every turn. In the Grand Chamber, the alien leaders shouted over one another, voices echoing like a storm of anger and fear. We cannot allow this, hissed Ambassador Relock, his eyes flashing. Humanity is small, insignificant, and yet they destroy our forces with ease. Something is wrong. This should not be possible. General Krell slammed his claw on the table, shaking the Council floor. Wrong? Nothing is wrong. Ambassador, humans are defiant, but we are powerful. One final strike will crush them. A voice from the shadows, quiet but clear, stopped the argument. One final strike? Asked a pale, serpent-like alien. Every attack fails, General Krell. Every attack, without exception, has failed. Perhaps it is time to consider another way. The Council fell silent. A rare moment of doubt in a room filled with centuries of pride. No one wanted to admit that they were powerless. That humans, a species they had considered primitive, were not only surviving, but thriving against all odds far away on Earth. Humans continued their preparations, but they did not celebrate. For every victory brought new dangers. Every move of the Council was watched, analyzed, and countered. Commander Elena gathered her team in the central command room. Screens showing fleets in space. They panic because they do not understand us. That is our strength, our unity and courage confuse them. And they fear it, she said, her voice calm but determined. In the Council chamber, arguments turned into fear. We cannot attack them directly, whispered one of the older Council members. Every fleet we send is destroyed. Every tactic is countered. Perhaps we underestimated them. Perhaps humanity is different. The word different spread like wildfire, shaking the foundation of the Council's confidence. Others whispered the same. Could it be that one species can truly challenge the galaxy? Meanwhile, humans sent messages to other planets, broadcasted across hidden channels and unmonitored networks. The words were simple, yet powerful. Humanity stands unbroken. We fight for freedom. We will not bow to tyrants. Some alien species, long oppressed by the Council, began to listen, curiosity replacing fear. Rumors spread of humans who could outthink the most brilliant generals, who could turn weakness into strength, and who would never surrender. In the Council, panic grew. The Grand Chancellor banged his staff. Trying to regain control, we must unite against humanity. We must show the galaxy that the Council is still supreme. But unity was impossible. Every alien species argued for its own interests. Distrust and suspicion weakened their plans. Humanity had done something no one had ever done before. They had made the powerful doubt themselves. Back on Earth, humans prepared for the next Council attack. Knowing it would come, but confident that their unity would protect them. Commander Elena looked at the young soldiers. They tried to divide us, they tried to scare us. But we are stronger together, we are humans. And no one can bend us. In the darkness of space, the first Council fleets moved again, seeking to overwhelm humanity, but every move was anticipated. Every attack blocked, every strategy foiled. Humans had learned to study the enemy. To adapt, to think faster than anyone else, the Council could not understand it. How can they be ready for everything? One general groaned, "No race should have this ability, yet humans do it with ease. We are losing control, losing our authority, and perhaps our pride." Tension in the chamber turned to chaos. The Council members shouted, blamed each other, and plotted in secret. Desperation replacing centuries of calm control. A few brave aliens even suggested surrender. But no one dared speak it aloud on Earth. Humans watched from orbit and from hidden bases. Calm, steady, ready. They had become more than survivors. They had become a symbol. Not just for themselves, but for the galaxy. Every Council move strengthened their resolve. Every failure of the aliens proved that unity, courage, and intelligence could triumph over raw power. The Council's fear grew with each passing hour, knowing that humans could strike again at any moment. They could not predict where, how, or when. And that uncertainty terrified them more than any weapon. And so, the galaxy watched as the mighty Council struggled, powerless against the defiance of one species. The humans had sparked something no one could control. A fire of hope and courage that would soon spread. Chaos was growing, and the Council had no answer. Commander Elena looked at the stars beyond the command center. They think they can destroy us. They think fear will bend us, but they do not understand. They never will. Humanity is unbroken, and the galaxy will remember this day. The Council struggled. The humans thrived, and a war of wits, courage, and spirit had only just begun. Human ingenuity unleashed. The galaxy had never seen anything like it. Humans were small, yet their minds moved faster than the largest warships and the deadliest weapons. On Earth, teams of scientists, engineers, and soldiers worked together, turning ordinary technology into extraordinary defenses. Commander Elena stood in the control room, her eyes scanning countless screens showing the Council fleets in disarray. They think power alone can control us, but they do not know that creativity, courage, and unity are our weapons, she said, her voice steady, across space. The Council watched in disbelief. How did they do it? Hissed General Krell, his claws shaking as another fleet failed. No plan works, no attack succeeds. It is as if they know our every move before we make it. Humans had learned to use the Council's own strategies against them. Drones disguised as debris misled the enemy. Energy fields absorbed blasts and redirected them, and even when humans were outnumbered, they adapted, creating new solutions in seconds. A young engineer, Leah, smiled as she activated a new device. "This will make them think twice," she said. Her invention projected holographic ships across the stars, making the Council believe their forces were surrounded by an enormous fleet. In the Council chamber, chaos erupted. "Impossible!" shouted one alien. "They are multiplying. They are stronger than numbers should allow." Whispers of fear and doubt spread faster than any weapon could travel. Some Council members began to secretly question their own species' wisdom. Meanwhile, humans launched precise strikes that avoided destruction and focused on disabling the enemy. Council ships were grounded, communication arrays disrupted, and fleet commanders forced into confusion, yet no humans were killed unnecessarily. For their aim was survival, not mindless war. Elena walked among her team, her face calm. They believe fear is the only language. but we speak intelligence, strategy, and courage. Every time they try to hit us, we are ready. Every time they think they have an advantage, we find a better way. On one remote battlefield in space, human pilots executed maneuvers that no alien could anticipate. They twisted and turned through asteroid fields, using gravity to accelerate weapons and escape traps. Their tactics were creative, unpredictable, and deadly. Yet elegant in their efficiency, the Council was terrified. Their strongest generals argued over every move, blaming each other for failures. "We cannot understand them," one whispered. "They are too clever, too fast, too united. Perhaps no force can bend them." In the shadows of the council chamber, a few wise leaders realized the truth. Humanity was not just lucky, nor just resourceful. They had something the galaxy had rarely seen: spirit, unity, and the ability to turn any disadvantage into strength. Meanwhile, humans began sending messages across the stars. Not threats, but inspiration. Other species saw humans outsmarting fleets far larger and more powerful. And hope began to spread. "If humans can do this," said one young alien pilot, "maybe we can too." Back on Earth, the command center buzzed with quiet energy. Humans knew the council would escalate, but they were ready for every obstacle. There was a solution. For every trap, a counter. For every attack, an answer. Suddenly, a council flagship appeared near Earth's orbit. The largest the galaxy had ever seen, its weapons gleamed like deadly stars. "This is it," said Commander Elena, "their most powerful weapon. The moment they think will end us," but humans were ready. Leia's holographic fleet moved into position, creating false targets. Energy pulses scrambled the flagship's systems, and stealth drones disabled its main cannons. The Council's weapon was powerful, but humans' ingenuity was stronger. General Krell could not believe it. Every weapon, every plan, every strategy fails against them. How can this be? They are only humans. Elena smiled as she watched the flagship retreat, disabled but intact. They underestimated us because they saw only our size, not our mind. They thought numbers and power mattered more than unity and intelligence. But they are learning slowly that no force can bend humanity. Across the galaxy, the story of human ingenuity spread, inspiring hope in oppressed species and fear in the Council. Humans were no longer just a small planet's defenders. They were becoming a symbol, a spark of courage that could ignite change across the stars. The Council was struggling and humans were thriving. Every failed attack, every countered plan, only made humanity stronger, smarter, and more confident. The galaxy watched, waiting for what the humans would do next. And no one could predict the answer. Commander Elena turned to her team. "We are showing them that humans are not weak, that humans are not afraid, that humans are united. Our ingenuity is our weapon, our spirit is our shield. And no one, not even the Council, can break us." And as the stars shimmered across the sky, humanity continued to rise, clever, united, unstoppable. Their defiance had become a legend in the making, a story the galaxy would never forget. Chaos across the galaxy. The galaxy was no longer the same. Chaos spread from one system to another. The Galactic Council had lost control, their fleets scattered, their plans crumbling like brittle glass. In the council chamber, arguments turned into shouting matches. Alien leaders pointed fingers, blamed one another, and whispered of betrayal. "We cannot continue like this," hissed Ambassador Relock. "Our authority is collapsing. The humans defy every order, every attack, every expectation." Some council members suggested surrender. Yet pride and fear of humiliation kept them silent. Trust had vanished among the once mighty leaders, and suspicion grew like wildfire meanwhile. Humans moved swiftly and quietly, their operations precise yet daring. Small squads disabled massive ships, stealth drones caused confusion in the enemy fleets, and their propaganda spread hope among oppressed species. Humans show the galaxy that courage and intelligence matter more than size or strength, Leah said, watching a council fleet retreat in confusion. On distant planets, other species whispered, "If humans can resist the council, maybe we can too." Seeds of rebellion began to grow. The spark of human defiance ignited dreams across worlds. Back at the council, fear was now mixed with panic. "We underestimated them," muttered General Krell, his claws shaking. "They are not just strong, not just clever. They are changing the rules of war itself. No one has ever faced anything like this." Council leaders tried to coordinate a new plan, but distrust and confusion made it impossible. Some secretly wanted to betray others, thinking that survival meant siding with the humans or saving themselves. In the midst of chaos, humans prepared for the next wave. "We know they will strike again," Commander Elena said, looking at her team, "but every attack they make, every plan they think will succeed, only shows us how strong we are. We must remain united, clever, and fearless." On the edge of a star system, a massive council fleet attempted to trap human ships. But humans had anticipated it. They used gravity wells, asteroid fields, and invisible drones to turn the trap into a cage for the enemy. Every maneuver was clever, unexpected, and perfectly timed. The council generals screamed at each other, watching their ships collide and retreat. "We are losing. Every strike fails, every fleet is blocked. They are humans, yet they fight like gods." Even the most loyal council members began to question their orders. "Perhaps humanity is not just a problem to be destroyed," whispered one. "Perhaps they are a warning that we are not as powerful as we thought." Across the galaxy, chaos spread beyond the council. Some species rebelled quietly, freeing planets and resources from the council's control. Others simply watched, learning, waiting, inspired by humans' courage and ingenuity. On Earth, humans did not celebrate the chaos. They worked tirelessly, preparing for the next council strike. "We are showing them that force cannot rule us, that fear cannot control us. That unity and courage will always be stronger than tyranny," Elena said, her voice calm and resolute. A council spy secretly reported human movements. Yet even the information could not predict their creativity. Every human plan seemed to adapt instantly, turning every council advantage into weakness. In the chaos of space, fleets collided. Weapons malfunctioned and confusion reigned supreme. The once mighty council was helpless, and humanity's rise was unstoppable. And yet, in the shadows, the council prepared one final desperate move, a plan so dangerous, so ruthless. It could either destroy humanity or trigger a catastrophe that might consume them all. Commander Elena watched the stars, feeling the tension. "They will try something desperate," she said. "But we are ready. Our ingenuity, our courage, our unity, these are our weapons. And no power in the galaxy can bend humanity." Chaos reigned, the council crumbled, and humans shone like a beacon of hope and resistance. Across systems, oppressed species began to see that change was possible, that even the most powerful tyrants could be resisted. And as the galaxy held its breath, humanity prepared for the ultimate test, ready to face the council's desperate move with the same courage, intelligence, and unbroken spirit that had carried them this far. The stars watched silently as chaos spread. But in the heart of humans, determination burned brighter than ever. A spark of rebellion had become a fire, and no one, not even the council, could stop it. Humanity stands unbroken.